It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Not only has it been a while, but it's been too long since we have had Grace in a dedicated video about smelling and rating fragrances. As you guys can see, we're in a new environment. Not gonna go a whole lot into it, but as I've alluded to in a few videos previously, we moved. We're in a new spot. It's incredible. We're not gonna show you the whole thing right now, but just take our word for it. It's pretty great. If you wanna see what the view looks like, check out this video. I went live some videos back and I showed those who were with me what the view is from inside looking out, and you'll see. Check that out. But this is a long time coming, this particular topic. We're doing Amouage today. This is our Best of the House series, which was a title created by Grace, and it has just rode the wave of amazingness ever since, and we're gonna stick to it. This video is actually brought to you by my good friend, our good friends at Decant X. Shoshana, who runs the ship there, is phenomenal in terms of her service, in terms of, you know, scoping out what is hot, what is not, and just always adding to their catalog. So they have a great selection of fragrances you can sample in different sizes. They have box sets and all kinds of things. My go-to place in terms of samples. And you know what I say, don't blind buy, get you a Decant. I want to say not all of these fragrances in this video are on Decant X, but most of them, you will find them there. So we're gonna have a link down below. Check them out. Use the code STAYFRESH17, save you a little bit of money. No kickback for me, just a gift for you. But Grace, are you ready?
I'm ready.
We have 14 fragrances to smell, and I had to cut some out. So
I've been doing nose ups to prepare.
I think you're prepared.
I'm ready.
I tried my best to arrange them from lightest to darkest, so to speak, but if you know Amouage, they're all pretty thick. So just take your time. If you got to smell your skin or your shirt or penny to clear things, we can do that.
Just Penny standing by. Man, this is interesting. I haven't smelled all of these.
No, a lot of these I don't think you have smelled yet.
Yeah,
I've been saving them for this video.
This is a sweeter, more floral profile.
Yes.
I would say white florals potentially. So you just want me to rate 1 to 10? That's what we're doing?
That's what we're doing, as usual.
On paper, I'm just gonna say 5.5.
Okay.
Not one of my favorite profiles. Might be great on skin. On paper, it's not
Okay.
charming me.
That is about what I expected. This is a fragrance I'm not super familiar with. And this is actually a little travel decant sent to me by Amouage. And they came out with this new collection. I don't even remember what it is. It's on the screen. The something extraits. They took some of their most prized fragrances and they intensified them. So this is called Honor, I think it's 43. It's based on their Honor Woman, and then they made it 43%, which is ridiculous. It is definitely floral, it's fruity. I do get a bit of a creamy, maybe vanilla vibe in there. Very kind of feminine, but not girly, I would say. There's something mature about it, but we know how you feel about white florals. Moving on.
I'm so happy to be back
It's
in
been
this
too
video.
long. So
We've been
glad.
moving and packing.
It's been a lot of work, and there's still work to do.
Man, it smells good. Also white, also florals. Very strong profiles that I enjoy are changing over time.
They sure are. Yeah, this is a surprise.
I still don't love it. To me, when I smell this type of a profile, it just feels like it would give me a headache throughout the day. That's just me though.
That's what you've said before about this very fragrance, actually. Yes. What do you give it?
I'm gonna just give it slightly heavier than the last one, like 5.8.
Okay, 5.8. Reflection Man.
Oh yeah.
We know this one. Yes, very white floral, lots of neroli, maybe some iris in there. Powdery, kind of fresh, creamy, but sandalwood, and favor from the house, kind of an entry point. And not really her choice, at least not on paper. I have yet to wear it around you. It's a little risky. These ratings down. Oh.
This smells great. It's super spicy and warm.
Okay.
A little bit sweet, but also dusty as well.
Okay.
Just on paper.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 7.
Okay.
That's my first instinct.
So this is one I'm still pretty new to as well. This was sent to me by Decant X. A few of these were sent as decants. This one is called Sunshine Man. This is kind of a
I like it.
slightly more underground classic from the house. A lot of people do love it. but it is a little polarizing. It's basically a fougere, so there's a lot of lavender in here, very aromatic, but there's this orange creamsicle vibe in there with like brandy. It's like boozy orange vanilla creamsicle with lavender.
I definitely could smell the brandy.
Yeah,
It smells spicy on the paper.
There might be some spices in here. It's a little unusual. It's also kind of familiar in a way, but I do like it. I don't know if I love it all the way into the dry down. I'm just like, okay. But I have yet to give it that full wearing. So 7 out of 10 for Sunshine Man.
I do love the sunshine.
We know that. Next one, what do you think?
Wow, these are very different, very diverse profiles.
Very.
Definitely good for samples, for decants.
Yes.
This one smells like it has an actual spice in it.
Yes, it certainly does.
Like
a cooking spice.
Like a cooking spice,
Yes,
like
definitely.
sage or thyme or
Okay.
maybe pepper, kind of green, or even like maybe more of a wintry spice too.
Okay, sure. How do you feel about it?
I don't know if I've ever smelled anything quite like it.
Cool. That's what we like to hear.
I like it. I think it's like unusual, but I don't find it unpleasant.
Okay.
It almost smells like fresh, but I can tell it's really strong.
Yes.
So like maybe like a summer night.
Sure. How would you rate it?
7.5.
We are making our way up this hill, folks. This is called Bracken Man. I first smelled this years ago and I couldn't handle it. It was a little too stuffy and there's a lot of cloves in here.
Oh, cloves.
Cloves is the primary spice. So yeah, super dry, stuffy spice. But it is a fougere, actually. So you can even see here, they have the fern and everything. It's supposed to smell like that. Very classic, gentlemanly vibe, but in a different way. I love this now. When I smelled it years ago, I knew I would love it later. I'm like, not for me now, but later, and now I love it.
You grew into it.
Really did. So Bracken Man is in my top 5 for sure.
From the house.
From the house. Really
It's
good stuff.
super unique.
Yes, very different for a fougere. There's the next.
I've smelled this. Oh, this is Beach Hut Man.
Perhaps. Yes.
I love Beach Hut Man. I've given it a 10 before in other videos.
How does it feel today?
I'm gonna give it a 9. I
Okay.
still love it. I don't want to give myself a ceiling so soon.
Got it. Because yeah, we got some new stuff coming.
Beach Hut Man is phenomenal. It's also a very positive memory because we've worn it on some trips and I've worn it and
Yeah, we worn it together.
It's
This
so
stuff is
classy.
phenomenal. Very green, minty, but earthy at the same time.
and warm.
Yeah, also warm. There's myrrh in there, so there's a resinous quality, but it's fresh and it's green, but it's very strong. Like 15 hours plus, room clearing strong. Do not overspray this. If you're one of those people who oversprays this thing,
I don't know if I like him.
be considerate. Alrighty.
I really like this one.
You've liked this one before.
It's Enclave. Is it the other one? Is it Enclave?
It's Enclave. How do you describe Enclave to them?
It smells like a spicy, warm, very classy, very elegant,
I do find it quite elegant as well.
Like-
I agree.
evening fragrance. It's super well blended. It's definitely a little bit sweet, but not. That's not
overtly,
the
though.
mostly what you smell. Is
Yeah.
kind of like this warm spiciness.
Yes, totally.
Kind of reminds me of Christmas.
Sure, I get what you mean with
And
that.
I like the color of the bottle too. It's really beautiful,
beautiful.
green bottle.
Let me pull it up.
I'm gonna give it 8.5.
Ah,
I really like this one.
so Enclave, I really like this one as well. This is, I think, a 2020 release, and it kind of marked a different direction for the brand in terms of how they are presenting their scents, how they're marketing them. They kind of got away from the man and the woman thing
Oh,
because they got
yeah.
new creative direction, but I like the direction they're going in. It's a little different, but it still pays homage to the house.
Homage to Amouage.
Enclave, it's a duality of fresh and warm, all like cool and warm. So it's mint, it's cardamom, but it has labdanum and it has incense and maybe leather as well. So these two
But
worlds
it's
meshing
really, really well mixed.
together. Really, really well.
You don't smell like the polarizing.
No,
You just
no.
smell like the one unified experience.
Beautifully blended. Here's the next one.
I think that's why it reminds me of Christmas, because it kind of reminds me of that cold air, but the warmness of the season and the warmness of the smells that you smell, the pine and the warm spices, like
totally
the cardamom. Yeah,
totally.
but you get that kind of like cold freshness at the same time.
That is a great way to put it.
This also smells like a cooking spice.
Okay.
Like peppery.
Very peppery. In fact, when I first smelled this, I thought there was black pepper in there, but I don't think there is. No, but I know what you mean.
Peppery and not very sweet at all. It almost smells like dusty and herbal. Just very herbal.
Yes.
And kind of green.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea how this would smell on. On paper, it smells more like seasoning than something that I would wear on my skin.
Okay.
It's not unpleasant. I mean,
Yeah.
I like it. I just don't know if I would ever like
Want
reach
it
for
on the
it.
body.
Yeah.
Yes.
But on skin, it could totally change. I'm gonna say 6.
Okay, 6. This is one I don't have a ton of experience with. So this was a decant from Decant X, actually a while ago, months ago they sent this to me. This is called Memoir Man. And this is based on a lot of wormwood, which is involved in the making of absinthe and things like that.
Yeah.
But there's incense, there's tobacco and leather. The base is actually a little different. There's amber and vanilla, but it's very slight. It does get a little sweet and warm, but not really. It is mostly like kind of dry, green, almost dusty, peppery, woody for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit smoky. Interesting stuff. I haven't really smelled much like it. Not going to be for everyone. What do we give it? 6?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not
About
bad.
average.
Yeah.
See how it does on skin. Next.
This one smells familiar.
But
Have I smelled this one? No.
does it smell like the last one?
It kind of smells like the last one mixed with like some sweetness.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of, it's a crude way of putting it, but I agree. That's how I feel about the relationship.
I would say I don't love this one. I'm gonna give it also just a 6.
Okay, 6.
For interesting, original, different.
So this is one I can say is a lot better on skin than on paper. It gets a little warmer, even a little sweeter, more resinous than it is dry and woody. But this is called Epic Man, again from Decant X. They sent this one even longer ago than Memoir. And I think I included it in some other video a while back. But it's spicy, it's warm, it's woody, but there's a little bit more of a kind of a sweetness, as you said. And it's very complex, it's very different. I do like Epic Man. A lot of people who've tried it do enjoy it, but I wouldn't say it's like top of the top in terms of people's favorites. So I don't blame you at all. Keep it moving. All right, this one. This one.
Interesting.
This is probably way different from all of them so far, I would imagine.
It smells like lilac or jasmine and like honey.
Interesting. So there is a prominent sweetness and a prominent floral quality.
Yes, the thing about this floral is like I actually really like this.
Does it smell like a
Smells
white
really-
floral to you?
It doesn't smell like the sort of like thick ones. It smells bright and fresh, and it also smells authentic.
I agree.
What is it? What's the white floral in it?
There might be
What's the floral?
Well, the main floral is rose.
Rose.
Yes.
That was the other thing I
That's
was
the
gonna
primary.
say.
That's the primary.
It's so
and,
beautiful.
And it's a
and I love
multi-dimensional rose. It's kind of fresh and almost green, but also kind of jammy and sweet, all at the same time.
This, I can't wait to wear this.
Yes, this one is beautiful.
I'm gonna rate it 8.7. Wow. Because also I feel like this one really appeals to me personally.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
But I haven't smelled it.
Okay, so this is again from Decant X. This is called Lyric Man. This is a cult classic. This is another one I smelled years ago. I didn't like it because I didn't like rose at the time, but I knew later on, I'm like, I'll probably love this. This stuff is incredible. This is probably one of the most beautiful bottles they make. I wish I could show you now. You'll see it after the fact. It's red with a black cap and it's gorgeous. And it does use a lot of roses, a little bit of orange blossom in there, just a little bit. So there's some white floral, but it dries with some musk.
That's why it doesn't overwhelm.
Yeah, exactly. It's very light.
For all you perfumers out there, if you're gonna use white flowers, keep it light.
You heard it. If you wanted to like it, but you're growing into white florals,
Yeah.
little by little. I remember a time where you're like,
Turn the video off.
anyway, 8.7 for lyric.
I really like it.
That's awesome. I do too. Here's next. How's your nose?
It's good. It smells amazing. This smells amazing. This is so good.
I agree. This is another favorite, big favorite.
Of the people? The review.
Of the people.
I'm rating it 9. I love it. This is probably the most accessible
Okay.
profile I've smelled so far.
Wow. Okay. I can see
As
what you
far
mean
as
by
like, if you're entering in, at least for me, it feels
Sure.
very like warm, spicy.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I never really thought about it that way, but I agree. Jubilation 25, man. This was a fragrance that Amouage created to commemorate their 25th anniversary. It's not too much of anything, but it still has an identity. You know, some fragrances have one or two forward notes or a forward accord that really defines its identity. This is kind of like this ambiguous mix of things that is very odd and very complex, but it works together as one accord to create an identity. Lots of actually oud in here, kind of a medicinal oud, honey, blackberry, maybe some incense, and it's so rich and dense. It actually was reformulated. When I first smelled this years ago, I didn't like it because it was too strong.
Yeah.
I love it now, even though people are like, oh, it's lighter now. It's like, now it's wearable, I think. At least for me, I'll easily spray this 5 times and feel really good. And I agree. I think a lot of people might really dig it in its newest form if you've never experienced the house. It might be a good way to start because it's not that strong.
Yeah.
But it will stick around on the skin.
And I feel like a lot of these other profiles that I've smelled so far are a lot more particular, at least in my opinion.
Yes.
Where it's like you said, it's kind of down one track. So this one, I just feel like is...
It could appeal to many more people. It's not a mass appealing scent. Don't get us wrong.
No, it's unique.
Yeah, it's very unique. Here you go. We're almost done.
This is material.
Yes, and Grace has worn this one several times. And it smells wonderful.
I really like it. It's really warm and spicy and sweet.
Yes.
And
kind of sticky in a way.
Yeah.
But not
But
edible.
in a cozy way.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Lots of vanilla, lots of benzoin, gaiac wood, tonka bean.
Spices.
Yes, definitely.
7.5.
Okay, solid rating for material. And just to let you all know, it comes in this bottle, which if you're familiar with Amouage, this is historically their feminine bottle style. But don't be fooled, this is a perfectly unisex fragrance. I've worn this too, it smells great. It's a different type of vanilla. Cecile Zarokian did this one. Alrighty, just 3 more.
If you're still watching, please subscribe.
Please.
It's been this long. What more do you want?
Oh, this smells amazing. Is this Boundless? I love Boundless.
Boundless is definitely one of your favorites.
It's one of my favorites for sure. At least before now I have some more favorites.
Yes.
I'm gonna rate this a 9.
Okay.
I love it.
Boundless, yes, warm, spicy tobacco with a little bit of bourbon vanilla, so it has this booziness. Blood orange when you first spray it on. It's like obscenely juicy, citrusy, boozy, but in a dark way. It's really just like shakes the senses. It's incredible stuff, and it wears amazingly on the skin throughout the day. Very elegant stuff.
This one packs a punch.
Yes, it certainly does.
Is this Overture? Yeah.
Good memory.
Show stuff. This is not for everyone.
No.
You've said this before. So I've smelled this on you. On paper, it's not as...
It's a little dormant on paper.
Yeah,
I would say.
it doesn't have the depth and the richness.
I smelled it on paper when I first smelled it, and I thought it was incredible. I knew on skin it would like blossom, and it really does. It's sharp. There's a lot of animalic notes in here.
It's pungent.
It is quite pungent. There's a nice boozy cognac in there.
Really
it is
sexy.
so, in a very kind of grown, elegant way. Very refined. Night out, wearing dark colors, well-fitting, whatever the heck you got on, and you're not fishing for compliments. And you may not even get any compliments, but people are gonna remember you based on your scent. They're gonna look at you a little differently. I mean, it has an effect on people.
It smells like class. It smells like quality. It stand out. It is. It takes confidence to wear a scent like this.
Totally.
I love that. I'm gonna say 8.7.
I love it.
Love that in a fragrance. We can give it a much higher rating for originality and but on paper in this video.
Totally. Yeah, and that's still a fantastic rating. All right, the last one. I would be canceled if I didn't show this fragrance to you. I'll say that.
Wow, this is so dusty.
Okay.
And a little smoky and
Yes.
very smoky and maybe leathery.
Sure.
It's dark. There's like no sweetness
Okay.
on the paper. It's strong. I like it.
This is a polarizing one. You do like it, though?
I like it.
Okay.
8.
Solid.
I like it.
Wow.
It almost smells like it has like some chili pepper in it or something.
There is a little bit of an odd nuance, which is oregano
Okay.
in this. So that could be what you're picking up.
Yeah,
it's
I think
very different.
it is the oregano.
I first smelled this at the perfume house here in Portland when I first moved here, and I could not handle
We need
it.
to go there.
Yes, we do.
Go there.
We need to like film there and
Oh, that'd
put
be
them on
fun.
the map.
Yeah.
But I love this stuff now. This is called Interlude Man, also known as the Blue Beast in the fragrance community, because it's a blue bottle and it's one of the strongest fragrances out there, and it lasts all day and for the rest of your life, and it's very polarizing. Not everyone loves it. Very incensey, oud, obviously that weird oregano vibe, which is, it can be off-putting to some people when you first smell it, but it dries into something a little bit warmer. And it's actually a little sweet to me, actually, to my nose.
Maybe on skin, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's very strong. It is a commitment. You put it on, you're gonna have it on. You might not even be able to scrub it off. I'm telling you, like, it sticks. It just, it'll stay with you.
Right.
Let's choose our top
tops.
3.
We had some 9s. I think 9 was the highest I went.
Yes, so
3 9s.
well, that's perfect. This one, I think you might know what that is.
Beach Hut, man.
That's Beach Hut. And then we had this one, which I think you smelled for the first time today, which is
Jubilation.
Jubilation. That's right.
25.
Yes, yep.
And then Boundless.
That's right. So those are the top 3 from
So
Grace.
good.
Those are some great, solid picks. Solid picks. And all the rest are great too, even the ones that got 8 or whatever, even 6.
I have to say, this house is unique.
Yes.
It's original. It's different. If you haven't explored it or tried anything, maybe pick something that sounds interesting and get some from Decant X. I love their
Yes.
samples.
Yes.
And they come so in like nice little bottles.
Yes,
They're
those
just great.
little lipstick atomizers,
Yeah.
you'll see the B-roll. It's quality through and
Yeah.
through, and it's a great, safe way to try these fragrances that may not be for everyone, because again, they're made to be different. They're made to stand out. They're made to be potent and very, particular scent personalities for the confident person. So I love this kind of thing because we get to see the whole palette of the house and see which ones kind of stick to you, and we get to get a scope of what your taste is. I like her taste a lot. I did well. You got to admit, I did well. Grace, it's always a pleasure to have you. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the series that you birthed into the world, making it possible. And let us know what your favorite fragrance from Amouage is down in the comments. Again, don't be offended by anything that you might find offensive. If you do, you're taking it too seriously. Just take a step back, pause the video, drink some water, maybe turn around or something like that. Go for a walk, say hi to the birds.
Listen
come
to
back.
your favorite song.
Yeah, come back and then leave your comment. I promise you'll feel better. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. See you in the next one.